Hey guys, MTG Sit this here. Um, I'm coming today with a deck that is really fun to play. Um, this deck it brings things back from the grave. But it is a Dino deck. And um so the gist of it here is that we have a handful of dinos. Um and Jalta is going to be our, main card. However, this deck can win in multiple different ways. So, if we get this, okay, this is the discard advantage that we have here. When we discard this card, we can create a treasure token, which helps us play the necromancy or a Rakdos joins up, which, then the hope is to bring back a Jalta while we still have a handful of dinos, so that the Jalta will come on board and we can just play all of the dinos right there. However, a lot of these cards discover because it, kind of gets more onto the board. With dinos or with your opponent's cards, you can kind of mess around with theirs as well. Also, another good play is this Gishath. When you bring it back from the grave, it's got haste, it attacks immediately and has trample, and when it does damage, you look at your dino cards. The thing is right here. Whenever Gishath deals combat damage to a player, reveal that many cards from the top of your library. Put any number of dinosaur creature cards from among them onto the battlefield, and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. And a lot of times that hits a Jalta, which then, you can play your whole hand at one time, or it'll hit like an Atali and it'll, oh, no, wrong Atali, I'm talking about Primal Conqueror here. And it will discover and you can play more and more. So I'm going to show you guys how this deck works. This deck also got me a pretty far way. Last video was kind of unfortunate with everything that happened. It was just not working for me the other night, which was weird. It was a bad night to play Magic. Hopefully tonight's better. So let's get into it. Here. Hold on. Gotta move this out of my way. There we go. Historic. Historic is, really where I like to keep things. Love historic. But you just get to play, like, all the cards, older cards and stuff like that. Stuff that's just not common and standard. I just find it more fun because there's so many cool things, And usually with standard, you're very limited to what you can play, but historic, you're not as limited. Alright, so we haven't drawn a necromancy here, which is kind of a red flag. Let's mulligan this and maybe see. Well, you know what? I don't know. Yeah, let's mulligan. We're off to a rocky start. But out of all these, I would want the Primal Storm on the bottom. Alright. See what's under that. Another land, but no red. We'll keep it anyway. See what happens. I might be playing against control, which is gonna suck. I feel like anyone who plays blue is like some form of control. Lots of counter spells. I hate those. That's something that this deck is, it's hard to deal with countering, obviously, because, you know, I have a limited amount of moves to make. Yeah, we're just not drawing any red, which is unfortunate. We just need one red land. I'm worried though, even if we get one. You know what? We're just gonna scratch this game. We're gonna act like that didn't happen. Okay? Never happened. Never happened. Let's forget about it. Alright, now we're gonna start. Now we're actually gonna start. If you guys have any suggestions for what I could rename this deck, because it's kind of cringy, and we all know it, let me know down in the comments. See, now we have discard advantage here, but no red lands. This is hard. I guess we're gonna have to try, right? The shuffler hates me lately. Like, I don't know what's going on. Oh, yes. Okay. Let's discard the best card we have, which is the Gishath. If our opponent will, there we go. Okay, no necromancy or Rakdos yet. Okay, nice. We could discard something else. Probably will, because Primal Storm is like, it's okay. We'll discard one Primal Storm. See what we get. Just more lands. Okay. Hopefully we draw a Rakdos or a Necromancy. That is what we're hoping for. Oh man, more lands. Let's surveil though. Look at our top card, and it's a Carnosaur. I don't really feel like we need that unless they play something. I'm just gonna put it in the grave. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you guys about this card. I'll just let you look at it for a minute. You know, this deck discovers, so it's very fitting to go with the deck. And also gives discard advantage. Well, we got another Carnosaur anyway. Might as well... What does this card do? Yeah. We're gonna go ahead and destroy that. If they don't have an answer to keep it like... Alright, good. Sometimes, you know, people will make things indestructible. They played not the same thing. Almost looked like the same thing, but not. Okay, so we can play an Italy. Not interested. We can play an Italy or a Carnosaur. However, out of the two, I think I'd rather play an Italy. And they're probably going to kill it, but at least it will discover. So let's play that. Yes, that's exactly what we want. We want to play the Gishath. And they're probably going to kill it, is my assumption, because they are opponent black. Yes or no? Maybe not, maybe so. Another necromancy. Can we put that in hand? Nope, we're just gonna have to play it. What else should we bring back? I'm gonna go with Polani, so everything has haste. Transform. And let's attack. The invasion pretty much, I mean, doesn't really matter. We're just trying to kill them as quickly as possible. That's unfortunate. And then, yep, we hit a Jalta. So then, all of this on the board. The perfect combo. Honestly, how can you get better than that? Unless they board wipe us, then we're in trouble. Okay, so no board wipe yet. Let's see, seems like they only have spot removal. Do I even care to block it? No. And just like that. Gonna get that out of the way here, oh my god. And yeah. Attack with everything we got. Good game, man. Beautiful. Amazing. Love to see it. Love to see it. Don't you just love a nice combo deck that just hits, like, brutally hits your opponent? Love it. Every single time. Combos are just the best feeling, especially, like, you know, we're going to play another round. When it's just like one thing right after the other, you know, just that satisfying boom, 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 boom. Honestly, best feeling in the world. Especially when you're having a bad day. Can't lie. I'm sure you guys can relate. Okay. We do have the Jalta in hand and the discard advantage. Let's go ahead and keep it. Hopefully it turns out the way we want it to. I just don't have anything to bring it back yet. Okay. Discard the Jolta. Come on, give me a necromancy. Give me a necromancy. Come on, necromancy or Rakdos. Rakdos. Ah, not yet. But do I really want to let that Scute Swarm produce more? Probably not. Am I being a baby about it? We're just gonna wait. We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait. Okay, well they're playing too, so let's go ahead and just kill one off. Be safe. Yeah, play your Fabled Passage. Okay, we still have not drawn what we need to draw, but however, I'm pretty sure we can play this, which we'll discover. Hopefully we can find the card we're looking for. Ugh, still not. We can still play that though. Maybe discard a Polani. See what we draw. Another Carnosaur. Probably be able to play that next turn too. Discover again. Mutate. I hate mutate. Play that again. Wow. We'll just put it in hand. I mean, I'll sacrifice one of my Carnosaurs if that Death Touch mutated thing dies. Perfect. Next, I'm pretty sure we can play the Tolly, which we'll also discover. By that time, though, the Jolta's not even going to matter. Unfortunately. But if it goes that way, it just goes that way. We did hit a Jolta, though. And we'll play this person's card. Not really sure what it does, but... And the Polani. Still makes everything hasty, though. Yep. And this one. Perfect. That is so much fun. Alright, we'll play one more game. Maybe one or two. See where we end up. How are you guys doing today? Let me know down in the comments. We've had a pretty long day. Work all day and just been dealing with a lot. It's fun to come home and relax and, you know, play some Magic. No discard advantage here. But we're going to keep it because, you know what? I might just not play anything. So that way I can discard for just having too many cards. card, that Jalta. They'll probably just think, oh, she can't play anything. Because, like, it all pays too much or it costs too much, so. It's false. I'm tricking them. Hopefully. Sometimes you can't trick people, but sometimes you can. Come on, this would be so awesome. Yes, yes, yes. Oh my god, amazing. I freaking love this deck. Well. Let's see. I mean, like, are you really gonna, like, just not play that? It doesn't really matter. Do we want to play a Brassus Tunnel? Oh, and make what? Well, honestly, perfect end to a video. If you guys like this deck, I will have it linked in the description. The deck list. You should be able to click a link to go look at it. But anyways, until next time, it's been real.